Hi, I'm Joe and I'm a recruitment consultant at Spencer Clarke Group in the education desk. Today I'm going to talk to you about what it actually takes to become a primary school teacher. I come from a background within primary education. I'm a fully qualified primary school teacher myself, taught across the whole of the Northwest for a number of years, and I've transitioned into recruitment. So I've got a fantastic understanding of what it actually takes and all the itty-gritty bits behind it of what you need to be doing. But before we start today, can I just suggest, please can you subscribe to our YouTube channel? We post regular videos on our channel of what we're up to in the office, tips and tricks about CV writing, things that are going to help you get your ideal job. So what we're going to do now, we're going to move on to go into the deep, dark depths of what it actually takes to become a primary school teacher. So to become a primary school teacher here in the UK, firstly you'll need at least 5 GCSEs, grade A to C, in particular maths and English, and science. A minimum of 2 A-levels are required as well, or equivalent level 3 qualifications within childcare or etc. education studies. The most common route following on from this is obviously university, where you can either study a bachelor's degree within education, which blends academic studies with hands-on teaching experience as well, so more exactly like your placement. The other option, alternatively, is to complete a degree in a national curriculum subject, and then following on from this, completing a PGCE, which is called a Postgraduate Certificate in Education. This is what I did myself. Or if you're in Scotland, a PGDE, Postgraduate Degree in Education. Then following on this, if you've been successful, you've ticked all the teaching standards, you can then gain your QTS to become a qualified teacher. So QTS is required in most state schools in England and Wales. It can be obtained in one of 2 ways. Either school-based approaches, like Teach First, or school direct approaches where you're learning hands-on on the job, or alternative, like I explained earlier, a PGCE, Postgraduate Certificate in Education. It is worth noting that many PGCE qualifications do include QTS on the completion of the course, but be wary because some actually don't, so you want to read into your courses that you are taking. So please do check first. So gaining QTS, what this entails, it involves passing mandatory online literacy and numeracy tests at the beginning, and to make sure you're up to the credible standard to be able to proceed with the course. Most importantly, you are going to be working with children, vulnerable children more so as well, so you need to pass a disclosure and barring service check, which is DBS check, which they check all your criminal record history. All being well, passing all these, you can then go on to be an NQT or an ECT, that they're now called, to be early career teacher or newly qualified teacher. So once you've passed and you've landed your first primary teaching role, you must then complete supervised CPD focused induction years. Now you have to do 2, which are called your ECT years. So following on through this, you will then adhere to the standards. You'll have a mentor within the school that will help you tick all the boxes that you need to become an outstanding class teacher. So while you're working as a teacher as well, once you've passed this, you've passed your ECT years, your expectations are simple. Create and deliver engaging and entertaining lesson plans. Allocate homework to the children to make sure that they're learning outside of the classroom as well, keeping on track. Monitoring and assessing and students' progress is key. It informs your planning and it forms the next steps of where the children should be aiming for. Constructive feedback is always important, more even for the children and both the staff as well, so you can create the best nurturing learning environment for the children. You've got to be encourage participation in all lessons regardless of the children's abilities. Make sure it's a holistic, enjoyable learning environment where everyone has the chance to succeed. You'll be working with other organisations, could be speech and language therapists, external companies as well, to help the children progress as well, keep them on track, make sure they're being safeguarded correctly. You'll be attending, obviously, participating in school events, sports days, plays, whatever the school decides to conjure up. You'll all be there, you'll be available for the children all the time, answer any questions, safeguarding them correctly. Attending staff meetings is another key thing that people forget about as well, liaising with SLT all the time. Another thing that you'll be asked to do regular, which I know a lot of teachers hate, it takes up a lot of time, but it needs to be done, marking. There is lots of different ways to do marking. So just make sure it is very informative and the children can actually learn from their mistakes or progress from and change what they need to be doing to better themselves essentially. So the key skills of an outstanding class teacher include creative thinking to engage the students, all students within the classroom. Excellent communication skills. You've got to be organised, you've got to have fantastic presentational skills to be able to portray the curriculum correctly and effectively to the children. You've got to be confident at public speaking in front of the classroom, in front of parents and assemblies. One massive thing, you have to be patient. You have to have patience to deal with all sorts throughout the school. You've got to be enthusiastic, you've got to be able to inspire the children to want to learn, you've got to be an active listener, you've got to be motivational. Most importantly, you have to be approachable. Children come up to you with loads of different needs. You're not just a teacher, you can be a support worker, you can be a parent that's in school. So you've got to look after them essentially. You've got to have a great ability to work well in a team, because otherwise how are you supposed to progress and achieve that outstanding status for Ofsted? Knowledge of the national curriculum is key. Great understanding of that will enable you to inform your planning, to think about the best strategies to help the children progress. You've got to be caring and understanding within the nature of the school. You will be dealing with a whole host of children from various different backgrounds, so they will need all the support they can get to make sure that they feel safe within your classroom. So, in England and Wales, the minimum starting salary for a newly qualified teacher is £30,000 per year, with teachers with more experience can earn up to a whopping £46,525 per year. In Scotland, the minimum starting salary for an NQT is £32,994, and obviously increasing up to £41,412 for your more experienced upper pay scale teachers. In Northern Ireland, the minimum starting salary for an NQT is £24,373 per year, with teachers again could earn up to another £41,526. However, it's important to note that the salaries can vary depending on a number of factors such as experience, qualifications, location and the type of school, so primaries, secondaries and academies. Additionally, salaries may be high for teachers who take on obviously the additional responsibilities such as head of department or senior leadership roles. The School Teachers Review Body, the STRB, recommend a pay award of 6.5% across all pay scales, which has been accepted by the Full Education Secretary. This comes on top of the record pay rise in 22-23 of 5.4% on average, meaning that over 2 years, teacher pay is increasing by more than 12% on average. There are also slightly higher pay increases for starting salaries outside of London, so that new teachers receive £30,000 or above from September to deliver on the government's commitment. So the way school teachers' salaries work means that each year around 40% of them progress up a pay scale to the next pay point. This means that these teachers will see even greater increase in their salary this year of at least 10% and up to 17.4%. So that's it. I hope you found this information very useful. It would be great to hear your thoughts or your experience of becoming a teacher in the comments below. And again, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button below if you'd love to see more of this type of content. If you're searching for a teacher job, check out spencerclarkgroup.co.uk. There are loads of vacancies on there. We'd love to hear from you. Take care. Bye-bye.